Have you ever felt like your life was a house of cards, and one wrong move could bring it all crashing down? I'm sitting here, staring at my laptop, trying to make sense of the chaos that's been my life for the past few weeks. My name's Harper, by the way, and I'm just a regular mom trying to keep it together for my kids. But let me tell you, together is the last word I'd use to describe my situation right now. It's been a nightmare, and I'm still not sure how I'm standing. It all started going downhill when my strange husband, Michael, started spiraling. We've been separated for while living in the same house, but barely speaking unless it was about the kids. I thought we could keep it civil for their sake. Two sweet kids, Emma and Caleb, who don't deserve any of this. But Michael? He turned into someone I didn't recognize. It wasn't just the drinking or the late nights. It was the way he'd look at me, like I was the enemy. Then the threat started. At first, it was subtle. Comments about how I'd regret leaving him. But soon it got darker. He'd scream that he'd kill me, that I'd never see the kids again. I was terrified, but I didn't have proof. Who'd believe me without evidence? One night, I'd had enough. He was ranting again, pacing the kitchen, slurring his words, and I quietly hit record on my phone. My hands were shaking as I hit it, behind a stack of dishes. I'll end you. Harper, he said, his voice low and venomous. I thought, this is it. This is what I need to protect myself. But he saw me. Before I knew it, he lunged, grabbed my arm, and we were struggling. I'm not a fighter, never have been, but I tried to pull away. That's when he got me in a chokehold. I couldn't breathe, my vision blurring as he slammed me to the ground. I remember thinking about Emma and Caleb asleep upstairs, praying they wouldn't wake up. He grabbed my hand, forced my thumb on my phone to unlock it, and deleted the recording. I was shaking, crying, but he just walked away like nothing happened. The next day, I filed a police report. I was done being scared. I got an emergency protective order, EPO, to keep him from coming near me or showing up at my job at the local coffee shop downtown. It felt like a small win, like I was finally taking control. But Michael wasn't done. A few days later, my friend, Riley, drove me to work. As we pulled into the parking lot, she nudged me and pointed. There was Michael's car, parked in one of the 5-metered spots with a clear view of the shop's entrance. He was just sitting there, watching. My stomach dropped. Riley stayed calm, told me to call the cops, and we waited until they showed up. He was gone by then, but I knew he was stalking me. That was the last straw. I filed for a second EPO, this one kicking him out of the house, giving me full custody of Emma and Caleb, and barring him from contacting us. The police, thank God, took it seriously. They'd already decided to press assault charges, 4th degree, based on the chokehold incident. I thought maybe, just maybe, this would be the end of it. But then things got weirder. One morning, I noticed a deer camera strapped to the back fence of our yard. I live in a small town, not exactly the wilderness, so it stood out. When I checked the footage, there were photos of Michael's mom and sister sneaking around my property at night. What the hell? I turned the camera over to the police, who added it to the growing file against them. Then came the anonymous welfare checks. Cops showed up at my door 3 times in a week, saying someone reported concerns about the kids. Child Protective Services got a call too, claiming I was neglecting Emma and Caleb. I knew it was Michael or his family. The CPS workers saw through it right away. My kids are happy, healthy, and well cared for. But it was humiliating to have to prove it. The worst part? Michael's delusion. He showed up to the domestic violence order, DVO, hearing without a lawyer, just his mom, Barbara, by his side. He had this smug look, like he thought he could waltz in and convince the judge I was an unfit mother. His big plan? To claim I'm a raging alcoholic. Me, I'll have a glass of wine with dinner sometimes, but I've never been a heavy drinker, let alone an addict. He and Barbara spun this wild story about me blacking out, neglecting the kids, the works. It was laughable, but also infuriating. Did he really think he could take Emma and Caleb from me with no evidence? His cross complaint for custody was a mess of lies. He even lied about the night he attacked me.